Hello! Welcome to TeslaCon 14. Mystery of Kraken Island. I have to say it like that because it sounds really cool. I know about a third of you aren't here, believe it or not. You're upstairs, you're already relaxing or doing something. So this was sort of to be a soft open. And I figured I better come out and talk a little because everything that's been happening for 2 weeks, so I can clarify a few things. Everything was fine up to about 2 weeks ago, and my son called and said, yeah, your grandson's really sick, so we gotta watch him. So for 3 days, you know, it was high temp and that, and I took him into the doctor. He goes, yeah, he has bronchitis. I'm like, oh, okay. So 4 days later, Jordan was sick. Now, Jordan really wanted to be the archaeologist this year that was running things and having fun. And he ended up in the hospital 4 days later with double pneumonia. So I talked to him this afternoon and he's doing better. He's at home finally after 5 days in the hospital. But half his lungs were full and he had low oxygen. So this is what he said, and I'll just imitate him now. No, Dad, I really want to come. I think it's probably best you stay at home. You have to understand, honey, that you will get sick if anyone is sick near you at this point, and you will die. I know, but I think you know, I don't think so. So we're okay with that. And then this afternoon, we learned that William DeZoma had to go to the ER and had an angina attack. So Captain Krieger isn't doing it. Captain Krieger was to be the substitute for Jordan. To get the point here? So we're starting to call this the curse of Kraken. With that, I'm going to sit down because I have bursitis in my right leg, so yeah, it's always something. So here it is. This is what the story is about, or supposed to be. So I've decided to do something I never do. I'm going to do the entire opening for you. Since I wrote it, I should be able to say it. How many of you ever heard of the Queen's chest? No, not that one. The Queen's chest of 1756. Anybody? No? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, boy, you guys really watch History Channel. So the Queen's chest is an interesting story. It's true. Nothing is fake about it. The Spanish set out in 1856 from Cuba with quite a few ships loaded to bear with gold, silver, and jewels that they've sacked from most of the area. For years, the king demanded it returned to him. They hit a huge hurricane on the way, so they went near North Carolina and they had to try to beat it, but all the boats were destroyed, I think but one. Now, they've never found the Queen's chest, but they keep finding gold pieces littered all throughout the area. Now, the story goes that the one ship that made it went slightly the other way and didn't get caught in the main maelstrom. Everything went down, so no one's seen it, but on occasion, someone will find a coin or a jewel piece from the ship, because they did record it. So my story, which you would have learned about tonight, goes differently. Of course, because we're the English, we can do what we want. And I call the archaeologists into my office. And of course they come in and they're like, oh, yes sir. And, you know, they're like, oh, for heaven's sakes, just sit down and be quiet. And stop being so archaeological. And we start up, and I'm like, which one of you two has heard of the 1756 gold bundle? You mean the Queen's chest? Yes. I'm like, not that one. The Queen's chest full of gold. Well, we all heard of it. Well, good. In 1754, a large chunk of gold was brought to us. It was English gold. It's much better than the Spanish gold. And I'll tell you why. Because we purified it more. So that's what they wanted. In 1755, it was on its way to the mainland. Where? Well, obviously Florida. We own it. Anyway, at the time, and they took it. Well, and then they'll ask me questions. And I'm like, of course they took it. So the Spanish took our gold. I want it back, because I have to pay for things like social reform and all this other fun stuff you people want, so I need it. How much is it worth? About 15 billion pounds. And that's about how much it weighs, evidently. So they're like, where is it? Well, there's the trick. We had to do some digging, literally, but we found a few things over the years, and on a table are these artifacts. And one of the characters goes, well, what is it? Well, this is something we found in a bottle. It's a map, and it shows the Bermuda Triangle. Evidently some kind of thing where everything goes disappearing in it. I don't know, I haven't ever been there. But the governor is a good friend of mine. He said he would help us. We'll be using Port Elizabeth as our main viewing point. So please be careful and don't get the people riled up. You know what you people do all the time. What? Cause trouble. Look what you did in Egypt the last time. And you lost my niece. What the hell? Anyway, besides the point, this is the other piece we found. I hand it over, and he's like, oh, this is interesting partial. What is it? That's human skin. We believe off the back of a pirate. Ah! And he drops it. And pick it up, for God's sake. It's over 200 years old. Look at what it shows. It's a map. Correct. Now it's the map. This is what's important. It goes with what we found in the bottle, which is a written record from someone who survived the crash. They say that the gold chest is complete. It made it to an island. What one? I don't know. The island in the Boo Boo. I don't know. Did anyone get that joke? But, so we continue, and I'm like, your job is to find it. Send him in. And then Krieger comes in and goes, und ja, cousin. Oh God, here we go again. An American, an Englishman, and a German all together. And then he's like, und ja, ready to take us und fly. Throws this thing around and goes, yep. Fine, get going. And then as they leave, I grab him and I say, I'll be watching carefully. You mean you're, yes, I'll be watching. Get the gold, it's important. All right, so it's a gold. And he leaves. And that's where we were to end it, which sets it up. So that's sort of the premise to the whole idea is there's gold. We don't know where it is, sort of, but we know it's on an island. We don't know much about the island except it's a mystery, and we think it's about 150 nautical miles south of Port Elizabeth. How many like to watch Bridgerton? I wish I would have had more time to finish it again. Last few weeks have been a little rough. The governor of the islands in the Bahamas would have been Governor, now I'm going to miss the name, Banbury. What? Danbury, thank you. Yes, Governor Danbury. And we would have had a little fun with that, but getting things finished wasn't exactly easy the last 2 weeks. So we were trying to link it all in for you guys. So tomorrow I'm going to let them take over. I'm going to let the actors, the two remaining, and Jack take it from there, and we're going to see where we can go with it. So I wanted to give you at least what officially I had written down was the idea. So at least you have an idea. This isn't, it's not based on a made up, it's all real. They do keep finding pieces every few months. They find someone will put it up and they'll be like, look what I found, and it's like, okay, it's pretty good. So that's something to think about. Now, how many of you signed up for the games? Okay, so what I did this year, I was really devious. Come February, I was sort of like, oh, I need to come up with something really fun. I didn't want an escape room this time, so I thought, we need something really diabolical. I know, I'll watch Survivor. So, I should have
our sympathies.
Yeah, I know, we'll drive them all crazy with this stuff. And so I went online and I looked for things, and then I watched those episodes. And what I found out was really fun was, there's a lot of stuff there, but it's done in degrees, like you could do this, you can do this, you can do this, and it keeps ramping up. I don't know how many of you know or watch the show, but it gets harder and harder and harder. Well, that was the point of this. So I wanted to make sure that when people played it, they were like, oh, well, this was easy. Oh, look what's third. Oh, really? And then you get the idea. So none of the teams have full numbers, so you'll be able to do a couple things twice, some of you. This is not a match that is going to be you're in and out and you have to find something. That's not the point. This is about teamwork and learning how to follow directions. Because that's what this is all about. We have to find this stuff. So that's what it's going to be about. The first one is called the dig. And you get to dig through this. Look at that. That is actually full of gold, all the way down to the bottom.
And
Everyone goes, how much is in there? I'm like, $800 worth of plastic coins. It was not a cheap product. But are you going to sell it? No. This baby's going to be rented.
I want to cut.
So it is fun, but I wanted to create games that were going to be hysterically funny. So I will tell you the names of them. This is the dig. I won't tell you what we do, but it's the one that you get to really screw over the other team with. The other one is called seahorse racing. Now we've had horse racing, we have had hearse racing, so now we have seahorse racing. And it involves sharks. We have one called Cannonball Plunder, where you get to shoot at pirate ships. The last one on Sunday morning is the worst, and I call it that because it's the big one. Now, everything we do, we're going to ask people the time. We all start our phones at this exact same time and click, and everyone goes. So whoever wins really has the lowest score, which is how it works. But Sunday is going to be a tricky one, because there are 4 games in one. There are 4 stations. You have to start out with the simple, go to the more basic regular, go to the harder, and then the last one, called the flounder. Well, the first one is the box. The second one is the herring hullabaloo. You'll see all the pictures tomorrow. The third one is called the piecing of Jurgamander, after Loki. And the fourth one, I'll thank him tonight, but he'll be here tomorrow and he won't like it, so I'll thank him now. One of my old students, David, who's a very dear boy, he's about 35, 36, and he quit his job and he's like, I have to do something fun. So he bought an X tool, I helped him with it, and I said, would you mind doing stuff for me? No! So he's been cutting for 5 months. Wow. All this stuff for us. And he did cut out the big one that you're going to see on Sunday. It is nice. And he put them together. And I will say this now, but I will repeat it tomorrow. Miss Nancy Kugel, sitting here in the 3rd row, painted almost everything for us. A lot of people, and I know you all say, get help. They know why I don't get a lot of help. But I do have a few hands that are very, very good, and I trust them with a lot of stuff. And there's a reason for that. Travis, are you here? I can't see. Travis? Travis? No, he's not here. Travis was very good this year. I gave him the birds. How many have seen the parrots? That was his direction. I said, you put the parrots down, that's all I want. Okay. So he did the parrots. There'll be more people tomorrow, I'll think, but Travis worked really hard at re-engineering a 15-year-old toy to work for us properly. So it really, and I'll go into what Chad did and everything, and Francisco has his friend Tom Castle doing a show on Saturday afternoon, which is, by the way, I will plug it, it's a real story about a real pirate here in the Midwest. And it's a one-man show, and they're doing previews to get audience reaction. So hopefully a good number of you can show up, because Tom's a nice guy. He's actually a real captain of, what do they call those big boats out? He's not long, tall boats. He actually has captained them. Oh. So he is a real, I came to him first, I said, what can we do for pirate music? He goes, oh God, you don't want pirate music. Why? He goes, oh, it's horrible. it's all like dirges and it's real depressing because all they do is sing about girls and things they don't have. I'm like, what? He goes, it's not happy music. And I didn't know, he brought up a lot of interesting facts, like he goes, you know, they used to have pipe organs on the ships. I said, no. He goes, yeah, they had pipe organs, and you would sometimes even have harpsichords and a violinist if they didn't kill them. They were sort of, you know, I guess well-to-do. But he goes, you don't want that kind of music. Why? He goes, it's not fun to dance to, and it's undanceable, and it's not what you think. So he filled me in on that. So we were able to get Wake Fire from Michigan to come out, which I went to their performance about 40 miles from my house, and in July, late July, and Chad and Eileen were there with me with my adopted little grandson, and he sat on my lap and went like this. I said, do you like this music? Yeah, Papa, I like it. 5 years old. I'm like, okay, I guess we get him. So he's like, yeah. It's a lot like Chad that way. Chad's like, yeah. And Marcus goes, yeah. And I talked to him, and they said, oh, you're from TeslaCon? I said, yeah. Oh, we've always wanted to come to TeslaCon. I said, well, aren't you lucky? I'm here to ask you. So they're playing, and we'll be selling merchandise. And then Saturday night, I will go over this again tomorrow, but Saturday night we'll have Panchromatic, which is an authentic Caribbean steel band. And they will be in here playing for over an hour. We'll do a half hour, do about 15-minute break, do a half hour. It's a lot. And it's all, and we are going to do Under the Sea. Yes. Because nothing will be complete unless we do Under the Sea. So I did want to let you know that. I think where we are, and you've all seen my posts, I think where we are is I'm getting older. And you have to realize this is actually our 16th year, not our 14th year. Because we started a year early and then we had to skip a year because of the plague. Yes. The unmentionable year. So we've been doing this a while. And I want to end it on a way I feel good about. And I think you all understand that, don't you? Yes. What? Thank you. I think it's best. I heard a song, and I won't play it this year, but it really summed up everything. And it was very touching to me. I heard it in a film that just came out on Netflix, and it was about a ghost. But the reason it was played was very meaningful. At the end, I was like, now I get it. And it's something there are other things I want to do. We are still negotiating to do a Fallout convention. So that is on the back burner, but coming up pretty quick. We are still working on the paranormal convention, but again, that takes time. Because as I keep telling people, to get the cryptid people, the ghost people, and the UFO people all in one spot in one place at the exact same time because everything else is going around us. Plus, I have to find people who can do multiple things. If I only talk about the Loch Ness Monster, they're very limited. So we have talked to people from Expedition Bigfoot to come out. Ronnie LeBlanc, who's not on the show anymore, but is more than willing to come out and talk about all three things because he does all three. And some people like that. Next year, one of the people who speaks quite a bit here in the Midwest, her name is Chatan Noir. She has a magazine and she does a lot of interviews. She will be coming and talking about cryptids and folklore of Scandinavia for us. And she's very good. So I asked her a few weeks ago if she'd be willing. I went to Milwaukee to have dinner with her, and she's like, yep, I would love it. She says, I never could talk about this stuff. She says, you really picked a dark country. I'm like, yeah, that's where I'm from. So, well, technically speaking, I was really born right here, a few miles from here, but you get the idea. My ancestors ransacked Europe, get it. So, things are different over there, though. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland are not always happy places. you see everyone smiling, and you're like, they have their own version of Krampus, and they've got their own version of this and that. And reviewing it with stuff I know about England and Scotland, they're very similar, but they're also much darker. And it's not like spooky stuff like our version of the Addams Family, it's different. And that's something I want to convey to people tomorrow too when I talk a little about it. I'm trying to take us into places. This one, I knew what was going to happen well last year. One way or the other, I knew what was going to happen. We needed a weekend off. And I'm hoping I'm giving that to you. I'm hoping you all are here and going, I just want peace for 4 days, because that's all I want to do. No politics, no nothing. I just want us to have fun. Period. So, my thing is this. The reason I designed the games the way I did was for community involvement and friendship. And I'm trying. I'm not perfect, but we'll try. But that's what steampunk means to me more than anything in the world. So that is something you should know. I'll keep this short. I just want to thank everyone for coming back. No snow. Woo! Watch as you leave. What the hell is this coming down, Gladys? Oh my God! Quick! At 90 miles an hour! And you see one flake just gently come down. But, yeah, whatever. We'll finish up about 2:30. But I might have to push it up a little because Janty does have to get to the airport, and so we might do a quicker 15-minute one and then I'll clean it up. But I wanted to give you something fun this year that you haven't had a chance to do or see. Now, how many have been to Disney World or Disneyland lately? Okay, just so you know, the last time I went, it had been open for 3 weeks. My dad was a travel agent. He goes, hey, we're all going! And I'm like, wow. We get there, there was nothing open. No pirates, no Dumbo ride, no teacups. We stayed in the Polynesian, which I now have been informed by my cousin is the most expensive hotel there is, and it would add $2,500 to our stay. But I did get to see It's a Small World 22 times with my 4-year-old brother. I hate dolls. I freaking hate dolls. And I'm in a boat with this moron clapping like an idiot. And he's like, isn't this great? I'm like, oh God, their eyes are going to pop out and I'm going to be swallowed. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So for the first time in 10 years, Michael bought tickets and surprised me, and we're going to go to Disneyland and Disney World and Universal, and I'm going to try to get re-energized for you. There's a lot to do next year. And I'll just say this and we'll end it and I'll start up. I couldn't have predicted what was going to happen this year with my son and the backup actor. And another actor, which you don't even know about. I had hired someone from Connecticut to play Olmec. It was a 9.5-foot tall, giant, moving, talking rock that was going to walk around and scare the crap out of people, and he was going to run the games. And his voice sounded much like this. So if Jack was here, he would have been, you know, mate, if we listen to the rock, oh, shut up, Mr. Sparrow. I would suggest you listen to him, because if you don't, you won't get off the island alive, and it's my island. That was Olmec. But we don't get the rock. Well, whatever. He couldn't make it because his partner got sick. So, you know, the curse of Kraken Island. But I wanted to keep it short. I don't want to talk too long. We'll do that tomorrow and Sunday. A couple things, though, I do want to bring up. I haven't asked to. So, the hotel. Join Marriott Bonvoy today. Enter to win a free night stay. Earn instant benefits. Start earning points towards free nights, free in-room Wi-Fi, member rates, mobile check-in services. We will be drawing 2 names to each win a free night stay this weekend. The drawing will be held at 4 p.m. on Saturday. Enroll at the front desk by using this QR code below. So that's your cue to go up to the front desk, hit the code, sign in, and maybe get 2 free nights. How's that sound? Good? They're doing that for me, so help them. They've got some new staff changes this year, and everyone's been very, very nice. So I know there have been a few little bumps here or there, but There usually is, so you know what? It's a hotel. I've been hit with so much crap in the last 4 weeks. It's nothing. Nothing. So, that said, after this, the game people, we can meet in the atrium, and I will go over a few things with you starting tomorrow, okay? But no one else needs to hear it right now. If you want to see the games, they're on the board. The first one is tomorrow at noon, and that's next door in the big room. Okay? Real simple. It's almost all ours. We will open it for the big thing on Saturday night, but there's a surprise I can't tell anybody about, and Ed from Ed's Dinosaurs brought it. It's not a dinosaur, but it is big. It's the biggest thing he has. So, work off that. And it means a lot to see it. I hope I haven't surprised too many people, but by remembering your names. I've been trying really hard over the last 2 months looking at people's names. When I see you write something, I'll go to your page and go, oh, that's Florence. That's David. Oh, that's Peggy. Peggy changed your hair color. Yes. I try. I'm also a college teacher, and I try very hard to remember kids' names. So like, no, it's Tyler, not Taylor. I've only known you for 30 minutes. We get there. So, but it does mean a lot to see a lot of people. I've been hugged all day, and it helps. It really does. So, there have been a lot of people, and I will talk tomorrow about it, but a lot of people who have been very helpful this year, who've been there. So, thank you. So, I promised you something different, right? And I promised you something you couldn't get at any other convention. Last year, September, I started looking. And earlier this year, I got in touch with them. And I've been watching and watching, and I got a hold of someone named Janty Chata. And I called, and I said, I'd really like to hire you. He goes, sure, mate. He says, mate. And I said, why don't we talk? And we did for about a half hour. I said, well, have you ever done? He goes, well, I did the Queen Mary steampunk event, but it sounds different. I said, yeah, this is very different. I said, just remember you're going to get a lot of photos and a lot of people coming up and hugging you. And he goes, oh, really? And just after, I have a lot of pictures already. I'm like, I know. So that was predictable. But the reason I hired him was on his page, if you watch, there are videos of him. And there's one video of all these Jack Sparrows going down a hall. Look for it. He's the first one. And he's the only one that never looks at the camera. He stays totally in character, and fingers and all the others had to mug the camera. And when I asked him that, I said, why didn't you do it? He goes, because that's not what Jack would do. And I looked at another video, and he goes, you got me. And he's out of character for a split second. He goes, yeah, no. And instant right back in. Now, that isn't always important to a lot of people. But when you work on Star Wars and Batman and 101 Dalmatians and Toy Story and a bunch of other stuff, you tend to look at all this stuff. And that was important to me. I thought, I need someone who's going to know the character backwards, forwards, inside out, and upside down. And that's why I picked him. Because I think he is simply the best person doing Jack Sparrow in the United States, bar none. I wasn't going to cheat you. I wasn't going to give you a cheap version. I wanted the McCoy. And trust me, for those who've seen him at dinner, he's the McCoy. What's a McCoy? You. So I wanted you to know that. I wanted you to have fun knowing he does that. Are we? Okay. That is back with the dinosaurs. There's some new things which none of you have ever seen. How many like the Jordan commercial this summer we put up? Did anyone see it? Okay. We had fun. We had, so the park ranger came out and goes, you can't be doing this here. And we're like, we're just filming a dinosaur. Oh my God, they're dinosaurs. I'm like, yeah. He goes, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, it's having tea. Now, if you were in my world, that's perfectly fine, you know? But she was like, I don't get it. And I'm like, just watch. So she watched us. And she says, well, I have to let you know if you got to pay a fine. And she gets off the phone. She says, well, I got it so you don't have to pay a fine. Thank you. And she says, can I have my picture taken with the dinosaur? And Ed was so gracious. He was like, well, certainly. And he looks at me like, he works every time. And she's like, just don't publish. It just is for me. I don't want you to publish anything. We're like, we won't. She says, I could get in trouble. I said, it's fine. She was so cute about it. She says, I got my picture with the dinosaur. It is pretty universal, folks. When he shows up, everyone just goes, wow. So you had asked for it for a long time. And I thought, what would be more fun than combining an island where it's temperate? You've asked for that one. Every year I get 10 to 20 people ask me for that story. Combined with Jack Sparrow. Combined with dinosaurs. Where in hell could you find that anywhere else? So I hope you enjoy it. I promised I was not smoking anything at the time. I have plenty of red wine, but nothing. Actually, my friend Simone, if she's here, is holding 3 bottles of something I desperately want. It's a German wine, it's a dessert wine that's very, very good with chocolate. Boy, do I plan to go schnockered tomorrow. So, are you okay? I'm fine, really. I'm fine. We'll have fun. So, it's important, one more thing I want you to know. I want us to have fun this weekend. If there's a problem, let me know. Someone didn't show up to a panel today, I didn't know about it till about an hour ago. You have to let me know. And some things will happen. People aren't showing up because they're sick. Lacaro had a call at the last minute, she goes, I got COVID, I can't make it. Okay, that's fine, that's expected. But I just need to know so we can fill it with something or do something, and I try. I'm trying right now, it's just like, I feel like the little kid at the dike going, there's a hole, there's a hole. And then there's one with my foot in it. So I'm trying as fast as I humanly can, but it's just what happened this week. So I'm sorry, I apologize. It's not my fault and it's not their fault, but I didn't want to let you down. So we're gonna try to mix it up a little. What? And I know, and I appreciate that, but so next year is different. I will admit that, and the year after will be very different. The year after is only 2 actors. It's just me and Mary. That's it. Well, there'll be a couple, but small parts, but it's a very different story. But we have to start working on that right away this spring. And that's to give you the ultimate end. It's funny because I've seen the end of things, and it's hard. You see, Star Wars is very important to me, and to see it end. Let's face the fact, there are only 6 Star Wars movies, not the 7. It's hard, and I try to be there, but it's like, but it's hard to see things come to an end. But there are reasons, and I just want to make sure we go out the best we can. And that's for you, because you've supported me and you've been here. I've made very, very good friends over the years. Always have been there fun no matter what. She's like my crazy cousin down south. Well, it's pretty true. You know, and I've known Kate since the very beginning. The very beginning. Abby came to our first party, sat on the bed, she goes, there's a crazy guy in her robe and a fish following me, can I stay here? Sure, we're not nuts, we're just dressed in 1890s clothing, but sure, sit down. Have your picture taken on a blimp and drink. And she did. So she's been with me for all this time. A lot of you have. And even though there's a lot of new people, it means a lot that you keep coming back. How many have been here more than 8 times? How many of this is your first? Oh. Hopefully it won't be your last. They all know I get a little teary-eyed on stuff like this, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. And we're gonna have fun, one way or the other. And for the next few years, we're just gonna have fun being fun together. Because I think we all need it. Yep. And even though I might do something new here or there, if Jim Bucket here yet? Jim Bucket? No? He's been begging and begging and begging me to do a Star Wars convention. And I said, we'll see. Maybe that's the last one I'll do. He's like, really? I'm like, we'll see. My cousin Michael's sitting in the back there. Raise your hand, Mike. Here you go. He's my little cousin. His mom and dad are my godparents. And, he bought a new camera for our trip. So we're going to have a brand new camera to go take brand new pictures of Disney World and Universal and Disney Springs. I'm going to that one bake shop that has those giant frickin' cookies like for 20 bucks. Yeah. And we're going to get diabetes together. So, but he also bought something called a Nix, and you put it on any object and it tells you the exact color and relays it back. So I'm gonna start putting stuff together and try to create things, and hopefully it'll help us here for next year, because you will meet Rick this weekend. Rick, are you here? Markley? No? Okay. Hopefully that will, he's very talented, but I'm gonna be having dinner soon with a bunch of people, puppeteers, designers. We're gonna reintroduce some stuff, but we are gonna film a movie for sure. And the movie I will show parts of on Sunday. I have the storyboards for it. And it's very realistic, and you'll understand why the story's going in another direction. And it's our last year of archaeology, so, well, I know, but the last year isn't archaeology. The last year is 100% pure steampunk, and I mean heavy steampunk. So I'm going to end it on a big high note. At that time, we will be still the longest running steampunk convention in America. Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll be here. The Tinkers, are you here yet? Tinkers? Not yet. No? Okay. Elsie and John, they will be here, and they are going to be talking Sunday about how to be splendid. English style. They run Lincoln, the big Lincoln Festival. So there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to introduce to you guys, but Nancy just went, and she will talk to you for hours about why they're far different than we are and how they're very not different from us. But there are differences in the fandoms. And of course Jeanette knows that very well. Jeanette's from England, she comes over here. So, and the Nailers have invited me over to England, so. But I will end it, I think, with that, but I think I have to introduce a couple people. So, if you could, George, wait, Fixer? Is he outside? Fix? Is our wonderful guest of honor outside? No, I can't see anybody. Okay. So George, if you want to hit that fun music. Oh, I can't tell you're there. All I see are, no, there's only 3 lights. No, there's 5. No, there's 6. How many? There's 4. There's 3. There's 3 lights. Yeah, I know. So, you get the jokes! That's what makes this fun. I'm a little weird, but at least you get my jokes. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Jack Sparrow.
I love this song. Drinks all around, eh? I'll be holding on to your watches, your wallets, your purses. You'll get them back at the end of the day on Sunday. I can be trusted, eh? Okay, I can be trusted. I want to thank Eric for having me here. You know, we've been talking about this for a year, and I'm here. All it took was this chest of treasure. Welcome to 2024 TeslaCon. And if you see the floor, feel free to come over and say hello. I don't bite, I only nibble.
Promise?
Cheers, everyone.
Now you know why I picked them. So, with that, we have another surprise. And I think it's something that none of you have all seen. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ed and his wonderful, marvelous dinosaurs. You can come up forward if you want. So I knew Ed had done this, but this is something that they just had redone. It's a fully robotic, rideable Triceratops. So you get to ride on this. So if you look, it's coming. It's slow, but we'll have it out by the Mobile probably because it'll be a little easier to maneuver. But it literally is a walking. There, if you want to see and turn around. It's literally a walking dinosaur. No other convention has that.
That's adorable.
So, let's hear it from Mr. Ed and his dinosaurs. That pretty much ends it. So, but I will ask, real quick, are there any questions I can answer right now? The games are listed on the master, so they are there. The dinners are listed, they should be, but at the 6 o'clock, I believe, ones are there. And there's only about 10 people that need to pick up their tickets, so we're fine. Yes, young man raising his hand.
I just want to appreciate the fact that when you were inspired to bring out the TV, that the survivor without David.
What did he say?
In the back.
Could you repeat what he said?
Cab, are you here? Go into the dealer's room. Oh, it's fine. Listen, Cap Filer. Okay, you can go to Cap and he'll get you registered. Okay?
Could you repeat the question so we can hear the question?
You're registering for the fashion show. They want to know how. Yeah.
I'm just wondering about the airship flag contest. It wasn't clear how to enter it.
Basically, you come into the art show, you fill out the little thing, and you hang your flag and put the thing near your flag. That's it. Yeah, I mean, it is that simple. Yeah, that simple. Yes, Mr. Kevin. See, I do remember names. Yes. Kevin, you gotta stand up though, honey. I can't, what now? I can't. I heard a whisper and murmur, and that's all I heard.
That's all we've heard for any of them.
Sure, yeah, okay, I think after what we've been through this week, yes. Yes, ma'am. How do you what? Okay. For those who bought the Beastie ticket, you're going to have your own private tea with Ed, so that's a little easy. Because you'll be able to take all the time you want in the world. But if you want pictures, you just have to go up and ask. And I was going to put a poster up, but here's the thing. Do not just approach and start touching the animals or anything because they are very pricey. So ask if you can have a picture petting it, or just ask because they cannot see side view all the time, okay? So just, you gotta think of it as a real animal and it'll be fine. Yeah?
Second question, are there any openings for the
No, the dinners have unfortunately closed because they have to have a final count. So about a week and a half out, and that's why I had to do it. So yeah, no, it's fine. It's just Brian has to order the food, get it prepped, and then the other 6 or 7 cooks in the back have to get it ready. So how many of you enjoyed the one we had tonight? Varian? See, Varian in Bahamas, that's fun. Anything else? Or 1 or 2 questions over here? Yeah, go. Yes, yep, with the hat, black hat. Yes, we can do it. Yes, we'll do that.
Yes, what? What was the
Yes, you can sign up for the game still if you want. Yes. Just hold on. As soon as we're done here within 10 minutes, we'll all meet in the tea room, okay? And then we'll go over stuff, I promise, okay? I'll explain more there instead of to everybody. Anything else? Yes?
I love the tail.
I don't know that person, that's my child. What? No. Oh, just come up and give it to me. It's fine, honey. Don't worry. I want people to understand. I know you're very protective of me, and I really appreciate it, but I have to know things. I have to know things. And sometimes people feel they don't want to tell me because it's going to hurt my feelings or something. I have to know things because it can affect you, it can affect me, and it can affect the convention. So if you know something, you need to tell me. Or if there's a concern or a problem, you need to tell me, okay? It's fine, you can do that. Lynn is here this year, and she can help too, but I really prefer you come to me. Even though I may be tired, I want to hear from you so I can help you. That's what I'm here for. The one thing I learned from Walt Disney Studios was when people come, you take care of them. And that's also my grandmother, and if I didn't do that, she'd haul up and smack me from the other side, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, you just come to me and you ask me a question or you need something, I'll do my best for you, okay? Or I'll get someone who can help you right away, okay? What else? Yeah. Lady in the red. I'm sorry. Sorry, David. I didn't hear my
Which events on the schedule are not to be missed?
Sunday when I talk at 11 a.m. No, and here's the reason why. I'll just plug this real quick and that's all I'm saying about it for now. Next year is going to be very pricey to pull off because we're going to be using a lot of new techniques we've never tried before. When you see what I am going to be showing you, you'll understand why it is. The only way to do it is with the most advanced technology we can get. How many have ever seen, you go into Best Buy, and they have the big screen TVs, the XBRs from Sony, and you're looking at a log, and there's some greenery, and all of a sudden this multicolored thing comes on and goes, and starts wrapping around it. Have you seen those videos? That's what we're doing. We're using projected augmented reality for the first time next year. Right here in front of you live with rear screen projection and front screen projection. So the actors have to literally move with it. So it's a different kind of ball game. We're also going to make it so you can literally take your phone up to the small stations we're going to build. You'll click it, and characters will come out and talk to you live as part of the game. That's going to be a whole new thing next year because it's the only way we can immerse you into things. If it works, we'll do it for the final season too. So it's all new tech for us though, folks. You know, when I did TeslaCon, I went to Universal, brought a whole group of people. Jordan went with me at the time. Head of the hotel, the head of Middleton Tourism went, we all went. True story. There was a little 10-year-old boy who looked much like my grandson. And he's standing there and he's like fifth in line. He's like, this is taking forever, Dad. He's like, just wait, honey, just wait. His dad was about probably 35 or so. He's a nice little boy. He's like, oh, you know, I'm waiting. Finally got up. And on the stone, there's a marker and it shows you how to do your wand, okay? So his dad goes, well, let's read it together. Okay, and they did it. He goes, all right, the lorem test tomorrow, or whatever it is. I remember it was a circle and down. That kid tried 15 times. It never worked. Never worked. And he got really frustrated. He's like, this is just stupid. And I said, you want me to help? You're not going to get it to work either. I said, oh, but I can. I worked on Star Wars. I said, yeah, I did. And we did it, and his dad goes, good luck. And I said, hold the wand straight. And now flip. And it worked. And there went the lid, and 3 chocolate frogs went ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And then he goes, that's it? What an effing ripoff! Oh, it's fine. He was right. I said he's right. You paid over $250 to come in here today, and the damn thing didn't work. And the guy goes, well, we're using UHF. I said, you guys need a better system than this. So when I created it, if all of you remember TeslaCon and went, everything worked all the time because all I had was a key fob. And like little Jordan, when my kids would sit there and go on, off, on, off, on, off. That's all they needed. And you all thought it was fine. Sometimes high tech isn't needed. Sometimes I can't pull it off unless it's high tech. And next year we're going to do some high tech. But I think it's time. I want you all to be like, this really, I'll be honest, I can't show you what I want to show you without it. Does that make sense? So that's why pre-registration is so important this year, because I can start earlier. We're literally starting in December. Literally. I'm taking 3 weeks off. We're having Thanksgiving. My mom and dad are coming over who are 92 and 93. And we're just having a nice family Thanksgiving. And I start. Is Ed in here? Edward? Eduardo? Are you here? There you are. Edward will be starting on the new website immediately. It won't be full, but there will be lots of photos of the costumes. And over the next few months, you'll see a lot more. So you'll definitely, and I will say this right now, Matthew has been the best kid I have ever dealt with 2,500 miles away. He works at a large company in California. He renders his stuff on a closed system for me. I have never been able to get anything like this. He has quilting down so you know what's quilted, what is leather, what is blue leather, what is normal cotton. You can see all the details. So if you go, I want that to make that costume, you'll have every angle you can to make that costume happen. So hopefully that helps you. That said, I will let you go. I will meet everyone in about 10 minutes in the tea room who's in the games. I will go over that with you. I will explain it to you. You'll understand it. It's not complicated, I promise. And for those who want to join tomorrow, then you can also get filled in on what's happening. Does that make sense? Yes, Mr. Poe.
One quick question to help you pay for it in advance. Do you know when the sign up will open?
We will start with regular tickets tomorrow morning, and then about an hour later we'll shift to VIPs. Okay? So I think we'll start about 9:30, 10 with the regulars, and then the VIPs will start probably around 11. Now, so everyone understands, David has consented to make stuff for next year. I did invest in the X tool for us. I did use some of the money, and it's paid off tremendously. He's been able to produce things that I could never have imagined. He is actually making much of the VIP material next year one-offs. Like, everything is made, we have to paint it. That's why we're starting in December making it already. It's that complex. One of the items is a 24-piece rune card set in wood. So you get the idea of how this is going. Yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. But that's when it goes up, about 11 for the VIPs, about 9:30, 10 for the regular ones. There's 550 tickets. We'll still sell dailies in that next year, but I want to know up front how many people are coming so I can plan accordingly. Because I need to know budgets up front this time, because it's going to take time, it's going to take money to buy the materials. We're going to bring Muppets back, but they are not going to be your normal Muppets. They are not cute and cuddly, trust me. They are not cute and cuddly. But it's the only way to pull off things to do it right. And I think if you come Sunday and look at the costumes, I think your mouths are going to drop. Also, Lynn and Deb are going to do a small one about personas. You will be able to see a preview of some of the costumes in there. They have something called a tracker costume, and you'll be able to see that. Okay? Yes, Betty.
We've had several questions about the ball tickets.
Yeah, okay. The ball tickets are available right up in front across from main registration. They're punched. So once they're punched, you're in, you're done, that's fine. Okay? So I didn't want to charge, but the cost really inflated this year. And we just, folks, I'll be honest, I had to come up with an idea to pay for it because if not, it would have been really hard. So I kept it as low as I could. So I hope $5 a piece wasn't too bad. So. Is the what, honey?
It's the ball. The price within the ticket weekend or is it separate?
It's separate. It is separate. It's just $5 for each one. That's all it is. I didn't want to overprice it, but I'm still not going to make up for it. It just cost a lot more than I thought it would. You just buy the tickets up front. They're going to be available all day long. Yeah. So, okay. How many plan to come to the balls? Now, yes, you're going to I got to pay extra. Here's the thing, and I want you to listen carefully. I had to handpick these bands for many reasons. A lot of people sent me stuff. Most of it was garbage. Okay, sorry, but it was, no, we're not doing hard rock, no, we're not doing this, no, we're not doing, no, Lutz. We're doing something fun. These Wakefire was highly recommended, and then Panchromatic was highly recommended by several people. So I went with them, I listened to the music, they're all very good. So you're going to hear some real good live music over the next couple days, okay? I promise. So please sign up for it, it helps us. Yes?
There were some people that came in after registration had closed, so what time can they go down tomorrow to register?
9:30 will roughly start, 9:30, 9:45. Okay? Anything else? I hope I covered everything. I didn't want to keep us this long, but it's sort of fun talking to you, and it's nice and quiet tonight. And let's just face it, we're all going to sit in the hot tub and drink, so.
No hot tub.
Cocktail time. How many plan to go to a party right now? How many plan to get up in time to do something in the morning? Yeah, one person. Yeah. The guy from Missouri. I'll do it.
Are there parties tonight?
Thank you again, everyone, for being here. I can't thank you enough. You are so special. We'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Yes, everything is available across from main registration in the morning, okay? Yep. So, oh, people, if you have VIP tickets and you have not picked them up, Betty and Tiff will be there. We only have a few left and then we're done with them, okay? So please pick them up. Also your dinner tickets, please pick them up. Thank you.